are now live and you may begin your meeting.
All right. Today is May 3rd, 2021, and at 5:30, I call to order a meeting of the City Seaside Zoning Administration. Tonight, we have one business item, but first I'll allow public comment if there's any public comment to be made about items that are not on the agenda. Please raise your hand. If it is not on the agenda and you would like to comment, you are able to speak up to 2 minutes on an item. I'm looking. Public comment. Doesn't look
There
like
are
we
no
have any.
members of the public wishing to make public comment at this time.
Yep. No, I'm guessing that they will want to comment on the item. All right, so with that, we have our first item of tonight, which is a minor use permit application MUP 2102. Tim Spackman, property owner and applicant, is seeking MUP approval in accordance with Seaside Municipal Code section 1772-030 B1B2 for a 286 square foot garage that was illegally converted from a carport, legally established in 1959. The property is located at 1738 Goodwin Street in the single family residential zone. This project is exempt from CEQA. Take it away, staff.
Associate Planner Beth Rocha presenting the minor use permit 21-02 for 1738 Goodwin Street. Sorry for the misquote here on the code section, but it is correct elsewhere. It's 1772-030 B1B2, which says that a minor use permit is required for a non-conforming structure and specific to this provision, an area of an addition that encroaches no further than the existing non-conforming portion of the structure. So the conversion of the carport to a garage, it was determined by a former senior staff person who's now retired that would constitute an addition in accordance with this code section. The area of the addition is less than 25% of the floor area of the existing structure. So the square footage of the existing home is 1,113 square feet. And the garage is 267 square feet. The garage was not expanded to occupy a greater area than the carport was originally permitted to be constructed at. And the site plan shows the location of the garage, which is here outlined in red with Phoenix Avenue here, and then sorry, I forgot the name of the street that this is on, Goodwin Street, on this side, which is on the right of the image. So the existing home does have a driveway that in the front yard, front setback. And then there is also an additional driveway here that was legally established at the time that the carport was constructed. So the garage, now carport, observes a rear yard setback of approximately 6 feet. Carport is permitted to be constructed up to within 3 feet of the rear setback. So overall, this kind of falls in between the two regulations of the carport and the garage. I did consult with our city attorney on the interpretation of the code section as provided by the senior planner and specific to the particulars of this project, in addition to the information that was provided by staff to the now homeowner at a time when he was making a decision regarding the ability to legalize this conversion, that the application of this code section is fair and reasonable to the situation that we have at Goodwin Street, 1738 Goodwin Street. So there's a resolution recommending approval, and there are essentially findings that have been made, although there aren't any findings outlined for the non-conforming section. Utilize some of the findings that are more similar and aligned with use permits and other minor use permits that essentially state that there's consistency with the code, that the use is permitted within the code, and with this being an accessory structure that provided parking, off-site parking on the site, and now being converted into a garage with all the communications and determinations from a legal standpoint that have been made, that this project complies with the code, and it's recommended that the minor use permit applications approved in accordance with the draft resolution and Exhibit A, which is the project plans. That concludes the presentation.
All right, thank you. I have no questions for staff at this time. However, is the applicant online? And just-
The applicant was provided with the meeting details, but he
I see
didn't feel
him.
like he really had much to say unless he's here now.
Yes, he is on the line. And Mr. Spackman, you do have the ability to speak at this time.
Yes, good evening. Yeah, it's Tim Spackman here. Hi.
So, Mr. Speckman, do you have anything else that you would like to add to the report that staff just did, or anything else you would just like to tell the zoning administrator?
No, I think the report that was put together described the situation quite well. Yeah, we did the initial homework with the city to make sure that the structure could be made legal, and now we're really just looking to follow through with that. It wasn't a legal structure. We're looking to make it legal. We've got plans in with the building department to legalize that structure. There is some construction required there, so this is just in line with that.
Okay. And have you had any comments at all from your neighbors about your structure, or any comments at all? Do they know that you're doing this?
I have not spoken with any of my neighbours. There haven't been any comments from anyone in the neighbourhood about that. So the answer is no.
Okay. Well, I did go driving around to look and see how this fits in with the context of everything, and just to make sure that, like, if we didn't approve this resolution, what would it do? And I was looking for, like, where is the next closest carport? And that would be a few blocks away. And that seems like it's a burdensome hardship to put on you at this point to revert anything. And it does seem like the covered garage seems to fit better in with the context of the neighborhood as you have it currently. So if you have nothing else to say, Mr. Spackman, I can make a ruling as the zoning administrator and approve the minor use permit application MUP 2102 in accordance with attachment 1, the draft resolution and the project plans.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And is that our only item tonight? I believe it is.
It is.
Okay. All right. So with that, I will say, let's call this meeting adjourned at 5:37. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you taking time out